What's up, Jake Rakestraw?
What's going on, man?
Bucking Goat Brewery in the house.
Yes, sir.
When's the open date?
Oh man, that was quick.
You talked to Paulding County today, and
yes.
they delayed it a little bit, huh?
A little bit. Yeah, we've got some really good departments in the county. We got a couple that could definitely use a little work. But we're hoping to be open first or second weekend of March for
Cool.
sure. Yeah.
Cool. Tell me about the idea. Tell me how you got started. What was the this podcast right here is called Burn the Ship. I don't know if you ever heard that saying. Have you ever heard it?
Yeah.
Okay, so it goes back to Hernan Cortez?
Cortez.
Yeah, Cortez. Hernan Cortez, when he brings all the Spanish ships into the harbor, and to show his men that they weren't leaving there without conquering everything, he burns all the ship in the harbor. So it's either die or conquer.
Right.
So it's a business saying for us. That's why we like to have business people like you
Sure.
on the podcast. And tell me when you burned the ship and how you came up with the idea and all that.
Right. So me and my business partner Ryan Hall have been home brewing and he's worked at several breweries here in Colorado and a few other places. He's the cool guy. But about, I don't know, 7 or 8 months ago, we were at another brewery and someone had mentioned the old Beef O'Brady's at Seven Hills was gone, and like that would be just a killer location for one. And so I didn't really think much about it. The next morning I woke up and just it was kind of bothered me. Like
Still in your mind.
In my mind a little bit. And I was like, you know what, let's drive over there. I just got in the truck and went and got breakfast with the family and drove by and peeked in the windows and saw there was a sign on the door and called and didn't get back on the phone, left a message. And honestly, after that, I just kind of forgot about it. A couple of days later, they called back and I wanted to set up, and I was like, I want to see the inside of it. I never ate at the Beef O'Brady's, never been in there, and so we went inside, and man, it was just set up so cool, and thought it would be great for us. And then right around that time, I'd heard that Rome City Brewing had gone out of business due to COVID, and I knew they had relatively new equipment. It turned out to be 2017, and most of it was SS Brewtech, and that's really good stuff.
Can we pull up that, Tristan?
So talked to them and, pretty good guys over there and, went back and forth and got prices on it and saw what all they had.
Yeah.
And, started building a business model. And I do that as a hobby anyways. I love tinkering with numbers for business and did that and saw what it would take to get it going and numbers on it and thought it'd be a good move. And me and like I said, me and Ryan have been home brewing forever together and, thought we'd put our hat in the ring on it and decided to do it. So we signed a lease, bought the stuff, and then started
Writing checks.
That's it. Yeah, all it takes is time and money.
That's it. That restaurant, it actually sets up better for a microbrewery than it does a restaurant. The way it lays out, because it was like in the restaurant at Beef O'Brady's, that back thing never got used, but in a brew house and a microbrewery, it would get used all the time because people will go back there and play games or whatever they do.
Sure.
Drink their beer. But it sets up better for what y'all are doing than it did the restaurant ever.
Absolutely. We knocked some walls out and opened it up and made it, it's got an industrial feel. We stripped all the floors down to the concrete and doing, exposed ceilings. Everything's kind of exposed and open. You can see the actual equipment in the back. It's pretty cool. State of the art. I mean, everything we did is top notch as far as that goes. And, we're in the middle of it now. We're getting final touches on it. We're just excited to share it with everybody in the community.
That's awesome. I can't wait too because I live like a mile and a half from it, so I'll be a regular customer there.
Sure.
How many have your golf cart there?
Oh yeah, for sure. I'm
Absolutely.
parking my golf cart on the patio.
Yep, that's right.
Yeah. No, it sets up perfect for the golf cart ride from that community.
For sure, I think it's a good thing, and one, it's safer for the community. It's a shorter drive for those kind of activities, and it's a great thing for the county. So many tax dollars being spent in Cobb. Everybody that lives in Seven Hills and Bentwater and that whole area is on Friday nights or the evenings.
Yeah.
They're headed to Cobb County.
I heard Caddy Corner too is all going to be retail as well, which is great for your great for the brewery.
Yeah, I think it's about to blow up even more. I think that it's about to get a lot more interesting over there, and good things are happening. It blew up and then it kind of got stagnant a little bit, and now we're starting to see some really interesting businesses come in.
I know it's easy to sell your house there right now. They're getting sold in 1-2 days.
Yep, absolutely, for 15-20% over asking price. It's crazy. It really is. It's a great thing. It's a really, really good thing for the community. And Unwinded Taps there now, and that's they're doing a good business in the way they set up. And I think we'll definitely be an asset for the community.
And we got drips too there.
Yeah,
you heard
absolutely.
Of drips?
Yes, I have. Yeah.
So yeah, Trent's a friend of ours. He did a podcast on here, and so if you drink a little too much beer, he'll get an IV to your house the next day, or you can come in and do an IV or a cryo therapy, and that's right there too. And you can drive a golf cart to that too.
Absolutely, I'll definitely be looking into subscription there once we get open and going for sure.
The cryo is insane. Have you ever done it?
I've never done one.
I did one for the first time, a few months ago.
Right.
It's interesting, man. Mm-hmm. And they'll tell you to stretch like as far as you can down, and then after you get out of it, you can stretch it like 3 or 4 inches more just from how it takes your tendons.
That's crazy.
It's pretty wild. Yeah. So you have to visit that.
What kind of beer are you guys brewing?
Oh man, we got a bunch of stuff on. We're gonna have 12 on tap eventually. When we open, we'll probably only have 9 on, but we've got a raspberry wheat ale that's really cool. We've got a citrus saison that's a standout for us. I didn't think that would like that beer the best, but it's by far my favorite. We got a cream ale, and that cream ale we try to make it as much like your run of the mill like Bud Light, that sort of thing, more of a lighter beer, but still quality and craft that people from around here might be more inclined to. Folks that don't drink craft beer can come in and still have beer. You want to drink the cream ale. If you're in that situation, for sure.
That's important too, because most of the breweries around here, they only have that craft beer tasting.
Exactly.
And the thick IPAs and those type of things. That's important.
And we were really intentional about our beer selection, especially from when we opened. We want anybody to be able to come in from the community and it not be a snobby atmosphere or whatever, and feel comfortable and not be choking down, a 8%, just absolute killer of a, craft beer. Have something lighter and, a little bit just easier social drinking that's not anything crazy. But we've done that. We've got 2 IPAs that'll be on. We're gonna have 2 seltzers on. We've got a Mexican lager that'll be on. That's gonna be really, really cool. We've got a stout.
What would a Mexican lager be?
Like a Dos Equis, like that sort of deal. It's pretty cool. It's got Mexican lager. It's got a lot of German notes during the after World War II. A lot of folks left Germany and other places and ended up settling in Mexico, and has a lot of German influence, but then it's got a lot of like corn backing because they grow a lot of corn in those communities. So it's a really interesting a beer type, and we're excited to have it on. It's definitely different. A lot of breweries don't do a lot of lagers, and that's one that'll be pretty cool.
Cool. Mm-hmm. How many beers on opening day are you guys gonna have?
We should have 7 to 9.
7, okay.
Yeah, 7 to 9. 7 definitely, but should have 9 on.
That's cool.
Yeah, absolutely.
What is your temperature on your flagship? What is that going to be right away?
Temperature wise?
Yeah, what do you think that's going to be? Which out of the 7, which is going to be the flagship?
That citrus saison is going to be around for the foreseeable future. We'll definitely keep brewing it and trying to make improvements on it, but we definitely need a good IPA. People think craft beer, they think IPA. So we'll definitely. The one we've got is pretty solid, but we want to try to perfect it or get as close to our version of perfection with our IPA as possible. But that cream ale too, man. I think it'll be one that'll be on tap for.
I'm sure going to try.
How much is like a batch if you're brewing one of those beers? How much are you getting yield?
So we're on a 10-barrel system. So barrels 31 gallons to 310 gallons.
And are you guys going to go the way that kind of RCBC did with like canning and retail sales?
So eventually, the way Georgia's set up with a 3-tier system, if we don't sell on premise, we have to go through a distributor. And so we've been approached by a few, but we really want to make sure we get the whole taproom experience the way we want it and done correctly before we do any of that. And so, we're definitely planning on getting a distribution, but we want to make sure our experience as a whole at the tap room is exactly like we want it before we try to, because it's a whole different business plan. It's a whole different setup for that, for sure.
Okay. What kind of games are we going to play there? Is there going to be like I feel like every time I go to a brewery, it's like dog friendly for sure. You can bring your dog in there, and there's always a bowl there, and then there's darts or whatever. What kind of games are we gonna play?
So we're gonna have darts in there. We're gonna have tabletop shuffleboard. We're gonna do different stuff. We're gonna have cornhole. We're doing a cornhole league actually.
Nice.
Which I think will be cool. We're gonna do that on a weeknight. We're not sure which weeknight yet. We're gonna try to break it up into do something where it's like $40 a team of 2 or whatever, and do it in like 3 or 4 months, like 12 weeks, 16 weeks. You play once a week or whatever, and then we're going to pay out 100%. So the winning team will get like 75%. Second place will get 10, and
Fun
third place
Wheels
will
has
get
been doing that.
Oh yeah,
Cornhole League, yeah. So they've been playing every Monday, and they've got a couple. So what they do is rotate games. So it's bring your own partner, blind draw, Scoreholio, which is 4. You play 4 games, you get 4 random partners, and whoever the top 50% of people. Scoreholio.
Nice.
And they got the top 50% of the people that score the most points. So if you go 0 for 4, but you lose 20 to 21 every single time, you scored 80 points in 4 games, you're going to be in the top 50%.
Gotcha.
So your goal is to score as many points as possible, win every game, but score as many points as possible, even if you lose.
Sure.
And then I think bring your own partner happens twice. So they do those rotation of games. But what they do is they pay 50-50. So they pay 100% on the tournament. So all of the entries in the tournament, or it's close to that, they give back first and second place splits respectively. They do an airmail bag though. Have you seen that? Mm-mm. So the airmail box is, if you take a regular cornhole board, it's probably the length of this. So the airmail box is just the hole. Okay. Like, I mean, it is a foot by foot. He'll pull it up right here.
Right.
And what they do is they
airmail
sell
cocktail. We'll see what that is.
So that's it right there. Okay. That's it. They sell 50-50 raffle tickets. So if you sell $1,000 worth of tickets, it's $500 is the prize. It's $125 a bag. Right. One ticket gets pulled, you throw 4 bags. It can't sit you throw it and it sits on top, they pull it, it's gotta airmail, it's gotta go straight in.
Gotcha.
Can't hit the sides at all?
No. I mean, it can hit it and go in, but if it sits there, you can't land one on top and then hit
knock the other one. Yeah.
Gotcha.
So, gotta go in.
So if you miss all 4 bags, the money rolls over to the next week. So the pot always is there. Okay. So let's say that it's $1,000 and they sell $1,000 next week, then it's $1,000. Yeah. And if somebody misses all 4, then it's $1,500 or whatever, 50% of all of the sales.
Well, that's cool.
And if you come the very first time and you spend $5 on one ticket and get pulled, you have to contribute a certain amount to the pool before you're capable of getting the full 50%. Right. So if you come one time and put in $5, you're only up to 25%. So you have to put in over a certain amount of weeks to get up to 50%. So you don't have the same chance as the first person that's ever come in.
What's the other 50% go to?
The house. But it doesn't really. It always stays in the pot. Right. So like if you make all 4 of the 500, just sits in the pot, and then it's the next week. It's on and on and on.
Gotcha.
They make their money. They make just off door fees. It's just $5. That's all they make. And then I'm sure they take a percentage of the tournament, but small. It's very small because they're paying out $400 or $500 a week in cornhole wings.
That's awesome. What I heard a rumor you were going to do for food. You were just going to bring in a different food truck every now and then.
We plan to have a food truck there every day we're open. That's the goal. I mean, don't hold me to it. It depends on the food trucks. I can't pull a hostage situation, make them come. But I mean, we would love it if we could get some good quality food trucks that are there. I know it's hard to do weekdays because a lot of these guys do it as a side gig. But we're trying to do that because we don't offer food. We'll have like prepackaged snacks.
I think it's an incredible idea, though.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, we ran power for them and all that stuff, so we don't have to have generators and loud noise. I think it's great. And obviously, we encourage bringing outside food. So, I mean, if you got a crock pot of whatever you want to bring, it's game day, come to the brewery, bring it, put it on the table. Nice. Whatever. I mean, we our game is beer. We don't want to, we're not taking a rake off of food trucks or anything else. We want, I know beer goes well with food, whatever, bring outside food, support the food trucks that are there, support the surrounding businesses, bring stuff over from Pizza Shack or the Box or anywhere. I mean, we definitely... This whole thing's about bringing the community together. We're not exclusive or don't want stuff to bring in. Bring your dog. Bring whoever. Bring whatever. And
drink some beer
as long as it's legal. And
drink some beer.
Yeah, absolutely.
That's right. So what else? What other kind of games, Bailey? You know about I've never seen that. I need to buy one of those just so I can practice my airmail now.
Absolutely. Yeah.
What do you mean as far as
like cornhole? Is it cornhole, darts? I know you can get in dart leagues and have your own league or team out of your, and then every. I don't know, whatever it comes to your bar, so you'll have all of them at your bar after that.
Sure. I think pool takes up too much table.
Me too.
Personally. I like shuffleboard a lot.
Right.
Little shuffleboard.
We're gonna have tabletop shuffleboard, which will be fun. Same thing. At first, I wanted a pool table so bad, but it's just not copacetic with what we're doing. I mean, you got sticks going back, hit people's drink, knock it out of their hand, you've got a problem.
Well, I think that if you're going to be pool, you can't have one pool table either. You have to have four.
Right.
Do a ping pong table.
Yeah.
That could be outside.
Yeah, no, for sure. And we plan to do that. We have a huge covered area outside. So, I mean, we'll have outside seating. We got patio seating, heated tables, the whole deal. But yeah, when we're going to have cornhole outside, we'll probably end up having a ping pong table outside. I mean, we're fun people. We like to have a good time and whatever. So anything that we can possibly get that'll make the experience any better for anyone, we want to do it.
What's the aspirations? Open up more after this, or bottle more and sell it out of there? What's the aspirations?
So our immediate plan is distribution, which would be canning and well, not only canning, kegs for other restaurants, and hopefully the same folks that are around us that we're trying to support and bring business to will do the same and talk to their distributors and request our stuff. But yeah, we want to definitely do canning. I'd love to be in some grocery stores and that type of deal. And then I've definitely tossed around the idea of expanding and doing one or two other breweries in other places, and that's something we definitely are going to look at. Definitely don't have anything hard print in the works on that.
Sure,
yet
just get open first, right?
But yeah, absolutely. I mean, our main goal is first or second weekend in March right now, but distribution for sure, and then opening up. I'd love to open up one or two more. I'd love to do something in Florida or somewhere like that, and then somewhere in mountains. Anywhere,
nice.
Whether it's North Georgia or Colorado or wherever we go. I mean, that's something we do want to do eventually.
What's the origin of the name Bucking Goat?
So we had a really, really hard time coming up with a name, and we really started just honestly putting adjectives and stuff together with nouns and animals and everything else. And honestly, Bucking Goat was not the first name we came up with. It wasn't the last name we came up with. We just kind of came back to it, and me and my wife Taylor, we were into the PBR bucking bull stuff for a minute there, and we've always had goats and stuff, so it's kind of just a mashup of that, and
cool.
Just one of those things that kind of stuck. People love it, people hate it, and I kind of like that. I kind of like that some people don't like it, but it is what it is. I like it now. It's grown on me. At first I didn't love it, but now it's just it's the goat.
It sounds like a brewing company to me.
For sure.
Right when I heard it, I'm like, that sounds like a brewing company.
Yeah,
for sure. What's your goal for the next 6 months, and how can we help you? Who can we talk to? How can we put it on our social? What is your plan with the businesses around here to help you grow?
Sure. So, like I was saying, I mean, this is community based. We want to get in with other businesses like Drips or anyone else. I'd love to do something with them, a collaboration where we can do different stuff. And I mean, I haven't talked to them. I don't have anything written out, but I mean, stuff to where it helps the people to save money on both of our stuff or however that works, but also helps the businesses. So, I mean, we really want to get involved with all the businesses around us in the Cedar Crest corridor and Paulding in general. Like me and you talked about a while back, keeping it in Paulding. That's right. That's huge to me. And I'm from here. We're proud of being from here, and we want to make it better than it has been and like it should have been a long time ago. And so we're really focused on that, and we want to create a great experience. I mean, the best way to help us is tell your friends about it. Leave us a review once we get going on Untapped. It's like the Yelp of beer, and that would help us a ton. And then just other businesses. I mean, everyone we talked to has been super supportive, so I don't think that's going to be an issue. But we really want to get engaged with other businesses, especially restaurants. I mean, they just, with COVID and everything else, have taken such a beating. Anything we can do to help out in that, because I mean, we've taken a financial beating opening this thing, which means, but it's not the same. I mean, these are established businesses that have had hard times and stuff that's out of their control, and we want to do everything that we can to bolster the community, not to take away from. So
sure.
Anywhere else that's selling beer in Cedar Crest, like we want to support them and see them do well. This isn't us trying to take their game away or anything like that. We want to mutually
thrive together.
Absolutely, and that's the goal for the next 6 months. That's the goal.
So you going to do any kind of print marketing out there and just in Cedar Crest? You're thinking about doing some email blast?
Definitely email blast. At first, our marketing budget, we talked about doing actual paper stuff. But I mean, after these last few local and all the elections that happened, I don't think people respond well to flyers anymore, especially in our area. I don't know why. Yeah, I mean, it's just certain folks, took serious liberties and god awful advantage of that. So it almost kind of turned us off to doing anything like that, just because I don't want to be another annoyance that somebody's throwing away in their trash can.
What do you think that the weight? I mean, we have this is a tell me something you don't know. We do something every Monday morning, and we come up with a fact that somebody didn't know in our office. But what was the weight of all the mail from November? When was the president? Was like November 5th? Was that the election? November 5th, 5th or 7th, whatever. Right. From then until January 17th, when we were that whole 2 months was political insane. Mail? Yeah, just the two political runs, because we're talking about mailboxes. My mailbox is this big.
It's 1 billion pounds of mail.
Yeah,
at least. And this was just in Georgia.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's
I bet they were delivering 1 million pounds a day in
possibly
in Atlanta.
Possibly. Tell them about your cork board at your house.
We had a cork board at my house that we just would take everything that was political and we would stick it on the cork board.
Yeah.
And then the cork board was coming out of the wall, so we took it off and laid it on the ground and just kept sticking shit on there. And then there was no even ability to do that anymore with thumbtacks. Everything was just piling up at the bottom of the cork board, and that was all within like a matter of 4 weeks.
Right.
Like in a matter of 2 weeks, we couldn't hang it on the wall anymore.
Oh sure. I mean,
like in a matter of 4 weeks, there was you needed more cork boards.
Yeah.
Like
I don't know, man. I think maybe the direct mail from or with a coupon to the Bucking Goat is kind of a relief instead of getting something from political.
I could see that.
What if you did it with the golf courses? Like you got a bunch of golf courses around.
Yeah, tons of them. Yeah,
just reach out to them and say, if you bring your scorecard, we'll give you your first beer for free.
Right?
Can you do that legally?
I know there's.
Or do you have to sell it for a penny or a penny over?
Yeah, I know there's something with not being able to discount alcohol in Georgia. Yeah. But I
don't know those laws, but
I don't either. I see a ton of other breweries doing some stuff with it, so there's definitely a way to. I just haven't. I mean, we've been so focused on getting open that we haven't gotten into that 100% as much as we would like.
I mean, I'm sure there's a way around it to be doing it where it is completely legal. Where, hey, we punch your first 5 cards or whatever. We punch that off or whatever you do. But that's a good idea. Go into the golf courses and bring your golf card in, and we give you a discount on your beer. Give you 15% off of your tab, something like that.
Right.
Yep. Golfers like drinking beer.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I'm not.
That's always what we want to go do after we go play. Is just sit down and eat
and we didn't drink for sure. And we didn't drink anything while we were on the golf course either.
Not a drop. For sure.
It's really fun driving those golf carts though when you've
not
swing a few golf clubs.
Right.
Yeah.
Every day, I think I'm spoiled off yours and Clay's and everybody's now, because every time I go to the golf course and get one of their regular club carts,
it's a piece of shit.
They're
fun. They're fun, man.
Absolutely,
they're fun.
And we're gonna try to have we have a golf cart. We're gonna get it wrapped for Buck and Goat, and we're gonna try to do some stuff with a particular restaurant that's right behind us on running stuff back and forth from there, and try to help
you
them
ain't
out.
Shouting them out until they give you the green light, or what?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they want to be involved yet or not. I would hope so, but I don't want to.
I think so. I mean, look, we're talking about a very quick golf cart ride for like 3 different restaurants right there.
Right. For sure.
And I mean, hell, you could do it with Publix there for subs.
Yeah.
They would do that in a second.
Pub subs are the truth.
They are really good.
Yeah, they're the truth.
Yeah, during COVID, when we were all locked down, I think that Bailey and Roderick just knew everything on the Publix menu.
Everyone around
hot
is
plate,
a Publix rookie.
Yeah, man, that Publix right there too at Seven Hills is. You go in there at lunchtime.
Yeah,
I mean it'll take.
It'll
take there 30 minutes to get a. I mean it's unreal how much business they do at their deli.
It's probably been 315, 320 days of quarantine of COVID. I bet I've eaten at that Publix on Cedar Crest.
150.
That
Yeah. Probably.
Yeah, because I bet I've been at work 250.
We got May,
days.
Like May, June, and July. That could have been. That could have been 90 in itself.
Right.
We went there was nothing else even fucking open.
Yeah.
And if you did, it was weird. It was weird to go in there.
And it was ghost town in there at that time too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Like, come in, leave your card on the counter, and go back outside. We're going to run it, and we're going to wave you in. You're going to get your food and your card, and we're going to hide in the back and cover our mouths while you get it, and then you can go.
Like they didn't have their mouths close to it when they were making it.
What do you want from on your sub?
Yeah.
And we can only have two people.
It's like a normal conversation.
We can only have 2 people at the sandwich station instead of 3 people. That's our only choice.
Right.
That's our only difference. Do you want chicken or a sub?
Well, cool. Well, we'll end on that one.
Absolutely.
Thanks.
Absolutely.
What's your email address? How can people get hold of you? What your website is not completely done yet, but what will it be when it gets done?
So it'll be buckinggoat.com.
Okay.
My email that is up and running is jake@buckinggoat.com. And yeah, that's the best way. Our Facebook, you can reach us on Facebook, Instagram.
These guys love business. They love parties. You guys want to come in and have a party for your business, for anything?
Yep.
Give Jake an email. They like people coming in and doing stuff, right?
Absolutely.
We're done. Thank you. You guys be kind to each other.